friends. I interrupt your regularly scheduled content for a little bit of a prelude to the video. This is a relatively different YouTube video for my channel. I was intending on filming an entire week in my life and that just didn't happen, but I didn't want to scrap the footage, so instead I am bringing you a day-long study with me because that's exactly what I did. I spent the entire day in the library studying. So instead of having a day in my life, we're gonna have a little study in real time moment with me. I will pop in from time to time with voiceover to give you some context on what it is I am working on so you can get an idea of what a grad student does in a day of studying. So grab your laptop, grab your book, whatever it is that you need to do to get your studying done, and enjoy the dulcet tones of the lo-fi playlist I have curated for you, and enjoy your study buddy for the day. I hope you guys enjoy this short little bonus video, and on to the studying. So I started the day off by going to the lecture for my undergraduate TA class and then headed straight to the library to pick up a new book that I'm using for my thesis called Zoot Suits and Secondhand Dresses. Well, it's a book that's new to me. It was actually published in the 1980s, so it's a little bit dated, but definitely a foundational text for secondhand and vintage. I skimmed through that a little bit before deciding that I really shouldn't be focusing on that because I had an exhibit review due very soon, so I switched to kind of taking my notes and synthesizing them into an outline, reviewing the photos that I had taken, so I had an idea of what kind of argument I was going to make for my exhibit review, and then I got started writing on that. And writing, and writing, and writing, and loving what I wrote and hating what I wrote and deleting half of it and redoing it. Thus is the writing life. And stay tuned to hear more about this exhibit review because I have news to share that involves, publications, but we're not counting our eggs until they hatch, just, a little tidbit for the future. I got as far on that as I thought I was going to this day, and I still had a lot of time that I was trying to kill at the library because I didn't want to go home in between being on campus and wanting to go to ballet that evening. So I switched to prepping the course content for my other class that I TA. We were listening to this podcast on Black Dandyism. I definitely recommend checking out the Dressed podcast if you love fashion history. I will leave a link to them down below. So I was making sure that I understood what the podcast was about, taking my notes, and then developing some kind of activity or kind of like a short mini lecture in order to engage my students and make sure that they also understood the course content. At some point, I did actually stop and take a break, go get some lunch, stretch my legs, and when I got back to the library, it was dark outside. I decided it was time to switch gears into thesis mode, and I started doing some reading that I had definitely been putting off. Me and my literature review are constantly in a battle because doing the readings for my thesis makes me feel a little anxious because I feel like I have nothing new to say when I read what other people have already said. And I'm sure that this is kind of a common experience for people who are doing independent research. And it's not that you're not contributing anything new, it's really important to have a handle on the previous literature so you can know where you are making your intervention and identify the gaps in the literature and kind of read between the lines of what people haven't said yet. And I think I am accomplishing that with my thesis, but getting over that initial anxiety of reading is really difficult for me. So I was also studying with a friend in the library at this point, and being able to body double with someone really helps kind of ease that anxiety because they can be there to listen to me, kind of rant about it and, help guide me through the process, just be there for moral support, and also body doubling for my ADHD. all day. I typically have my undergraduate lecture and then a graduate course for thesis. It's called thesis preparation, where we just work on developing our theses. We don't have class meetings for thesis prep for the next 2 weeks because we're supposed to meet with our advisors instead. So I just spent all day in the library doing a lot of work that I've been avoiding, and then also waiting until ballet because I didn't want to go home and then have to come back into the city for ballet, which is where I'm going next. And then, like I said, I headed to ballet, and I want to point out how important it is to have other hobbies and other things to do beyond academia when you are a graduate student, regardless if you're at the master's or the PhD level. Either way, it is so important to take care of all parts of your mind and your body and engage in hobbies that you love just because you love them. Anyways, that was today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what a day of work is like for a graduate student, and I'll see you guys in the next video.